Be on your guard.
What up, guys? Back with Tales of Arise. We have finally gotten the spaceship, and we are gonna freaking head to Lenegis. We're taking off, baby.
Well, it's the moment of truth.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
Law, don't say that. You're going to jinx us.
Speaking of which, Alphen, this bucket of bolts got a name?
No name.
Name? You know, I'm not sure she ever had one. I never really thought about it.
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give her one, right? I was thinking something like...
Fall Knights.
Huh?
What?
It means owl in the ancient tongue.
Of course it
Literally,
does.
the one drawn to the skies.
I like it. Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Not sure I'm completely convinced, but... Well, it's as good a name as any. From now on, she'll be known as the Fall Knights.
Okay, people. We have two goals. First, we need to get to Lenegis and make the Renans finally leave Dana alone. And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shion's thorns and find a way to save her. Sound good? All right, then let's go.
Let's go.
You know, I can still hardly believe it.
Believe what?
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right.
Little blue dot.
It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lenegis?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the
Who said I was
facilities on
gonna
board
nap?
before arrival.
Good idea.
Okay, I
The
was.
starship may end up serving as our
He
base
knows
of
me too
operations
well.
once we're down there. Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that
Supervise
case,
the
it's all
machine.
yours.
Everything okay, Shion? You seem a little different.
Different? Like in a bad way different?
No, not at all. You seem more driven lately, like you found a zest for life. It suits you.
The zest, you say?
Is something wrong?
No, I was merely thinking how it had been 7 years, that's all.
You mean since you became a lord and left Lenegis? I guess even someone like you can get homesick, huh?
I am as prone to
Someone like
sentimentality as
me?
any other. Tell me though, you too have a history with Lenegis. A traumatic one, no less. This trip will probably mean facing up to some difficult emotions. Doesn't that frighten you?
Well, it is a place where I took the lives of countless people. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. But I can't keep running forever. The past is what it is. There's no changing that. But the future's what we make it.
I see.
Dohalim?
Forgive me. I was wrong to pry. We have more pressing matters to address. Come back and speak to me when you finish looking around the ship.
He It is as you say, the past is what it is, and there's no changing it. That goes for me just as much as it does you.
We'll be going to Lenegis soon.
This must feel like a homecoming of sorts to you, huh? What was life on Lenegis like back then? You know, before you came to Dana.
Let's just say, I don't have many happy memories. I've had thorns my whole life, for as long as I can remember. They called it treatment, but in truth, they were just using me as a guinea pig for their research.
You mean, they experimented on you?
That's right. All I was to them was a riddle to solve. They poked and prodded me, trying to figure out what triggered my thorns or changed the form they took. Day in and day out, every single day, one test after another. I'm still surprised they didn't try to dissect me. The look they gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. How could I forget it? Reeling from the pain, like I was a monster or something. Some existence, huh? A blight on any I touched. Helplessly complicit in their pain. I thought things couldn't get any worse, but then they did.
She's come a
I
long
started to
way
have
since the
nightmares,
beginning of the
visions
game.
of the coming apocalypse.
Alpin's brought her there.
Is it any wonder I lacked a cheery disposition? Unable to so much as touch another soul. Loneliness was my best friend. Sure, I survived, but with the knowledge that one day I'd be swallowed up by oblivion. And that's when it hit me. If I was going to die, then it should mean something. If I have to sacrifice myself to save the world, so be it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you relive that.
No, it's fine. I'm in a much better place now.
You say it's your destiny to die so that others can live, but why not the other way around? Why shouldn't we be the ones dying to save you?
Are you crazy? Why would you sacrifice your life for...
That's exactly my
He
point.
loves you, yo.
Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw in the destiny stakes? How is that even right? It's that logic that's used to justify slavery, as if some of us were just meant to be sacrificed. This struggle was never about saving only ourselves. But that doesn't mean we have to give up our own lives to save everyone else's either. If we're doing this to protect people, if we're doing this to save the world from destruction, then that has to include saving each other as well.
A world free of sacrifice. That's what you've been fighting for all along, isn't it?
Not just me. We're in this together, remember? This fight is yours too, Shion. If we're going to win, everyone has to win. There can be no room for losers in this fight. Now I see it, the true nature of our struggle.
A victory without losers. But that means that a Danon victory over Rena can't be the end. Do you think we can pull it off?
You bet we can pull it off. We have to. It's the only hope we have of things ever changing.
Yeah, you're right. No one's ever changed the future without aiming for the stars. We can do this. Together.
Together forever. We'll seize our future by our own hands. It's quite the large spaceship here. We got a freaking dining hall and everything.
Hey, Alpin, listen to this! So Law and I were just talking and...
Hey, shut up!
And what's got Law all flustered?
Only that he's afraid of flying, the big baby. And after all that fuss he made about naming the ship, too.
Hey, I never said I was scared. I just think it's, you know, a little unsettling how we're going to be cruising through space in a glorified tin can. That's all.
It's a starship, dummy. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't think there's anything strange about it.
Well, maybe you're the one with the problem then.
Guys. I'm no expert, but I think we can trust Renan technology. It got me to Dana in one piece, remember?
Oh, that's a good point. If you think so, Alpin, it must be okay. Don't you agree, Law?
Hard to argue with that, seeing how you hitched a ride in one of these things before, Alphin. It's just wrong, okay?
You still worried? No, why would you think that? Is this a The heck is this? Oh, it's to go down. It's like, this is an elevator, but it doesn't go up. What is all this? Must explore. Nothing to explore.
You okay? Feeling airsick?
Actually, now that you mention it, not at all. These starships are a remarkably smooth ride, all things considered. Nothing like being at sea, thank goodness.
Glad to hear it. That device there caught your eye, huh?
I was just wondering what it is. It looks big enough to fit a person inside of it.
Yeah.
It's
Probably
a healing
stasis
pod.
or something.
It
Oh,
fixes
healing.
injuries and illnesses.
Oh, you don't say. Well,
That'll
should
come in handy.
definitely come in handy if any of us get injured while we're down there.
She read my mind.
Alphen? Was it something I said?
No, I was just thinking back to when I escaped Lenegis, that's all. What with the ceremony and losing control, I was a total mess. Naori laid me inside here.
So, you're saying you got in this thing straight after escaping? But that mean you were inside for 300 years?
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know. But don't even ask me why I stayed asleep all that time.
That's definitely quite some lie-in, all right. But still,
Iron.
whether you meant to or not, I sure am glad that it's this century that you finally woke up in.
What do you mean?
With the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this far without you. And not only that, but... Alphen, can you recall back to what it is that I said to you? Back when we left Menancia?
No, I can't think back
About
that
the
far.
dream of coexistence and needing to learn what it entailed?
Of course. That's why you came with us, right? To learn what you couldn't at home.
Even in that time, I was well aware that what I was living was a lie. But at the same time, I also felt really compelled to fulfill my brother's wishes. I'll always remember him fondly. But the coexistence we're fighting for isn't for him. It's for people now, and those still to come. The world's bigger than just Menancia. My dream is for all Danans, wherever they might be, to be free. If I've learned anything on this journey, it's that. And the one who brought me along was you, Alphen. I'll forever be grateful to you.
Well, we're not out of this forest just yet. You should probably save your thanks. At least, until we've dealt with the Red Woman.
I know. But whatever we find when we get down there, I'm through looking the other way.
Kisara.
Probably getting a little ahead of myself, huh? Let's take things one step at a time.
It's been a long and winding road getting here, but in the end, I'm glad we all met. Alright, let's land this bad boy.
Is everyone about ready? We'll soon be making preparations to land.
Before we do that, just what exactly should we expect when we get down there?
Kisara has a point. Now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing about Lenegis.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been centuries since I was last there, and they didn't exactly give me the grand tour.
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegis was the base of operations in charge of the crown contest on Dana. Of course, it also happens to be a city in its own right, complete with its own independent society. Its social structure is based on a strict hierarchy. Put simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right? So people's positions are fixed at birth.
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. But yes, that's basically the gist. As a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as nobility.
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dana even if they wanted to.
Fucked up.
Still, even the lowest rung on the Renin ladder is considered superior to being a Danon. Keep that in mind down there.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the pecking order, right? What about you, Shion?
I was the
Come on, you've seen her
highest.
skill with astral arts. You really need to ask?
Fair point.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around
Oh,
someone
good,
who
yep.
says what they're thinking. Life's less complicated that way.
Jeez, give backhanded compliments much?
Wait a second. Are you? He is! Lost blushing!
I am not!
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst. As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this red woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
I would wager so. Lenegis is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility.
The red woman.
Chances are she's also connected
Sounds like
to the
Game
Renis
of
Alma being
Thrones.
stolen from us in Pelegion.
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dana, we need to take it back at all costs.
That red woman's got a lot to answer for. Just as well I've got a ton of questions.
We're about to land. The descent could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
If
Let's
there are clues
go.
about your thorns out there, Shion, we'll find them.
Wait, what is that? It's a fucking space station? I thought Lenegis was a planet.
There's no one here. I wasn't expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegis's infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Still.
Do you think anyone realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope
Oh, I
we don't have
won't.
to fight anybody while we're here.
So now what? We've come all this way on a hunch that this red woman is here, right? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be linear.
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the Sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone. That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Forbidden? What are they hiding?
I don't know.
We'll
Hence
find
my
out.
desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a sovereign in our midst. In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegis would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used
Precisely.
in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time.
I'm Metrics,
There's only
yo.
one way to find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the
Rise
Forbidden
of the Tales. How's it going, Mozo? Why are you up so late?
Beyond that wall lies a city full of Renans. The capital city where Shion and Dohalim used to live, no less. Who knows what we'll find on the other side?
Woke up late, go to bed late. That's how we do. We're on a new planet now. What's going on here? Looks like a battle happened. I kind of like the music. That violin. New planet. I don't think so.
What in the world?
Oh, you might have missed a couple, yeah.
This being
You might have missed that last
territory.
dungeon.
I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
We
The
found
very
our
foundations of
spaceship
the city
and
have shifted.
blasted
What could have
off.
caused this?
When Lenegis changed shape, it must have had an effect on the interior too.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But
There's a
they
lot of
wouldn't move around in
cutscenes.
places where people live.
Story
These are
heavy
their
right
homes,
now.
right?
I would think the citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter. Either way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Avakir,
So much for laying low.
I'm glad to see you're well.
So it is you!
Yeah, no worries,
Why are
Mozo.
you here?
I'm
She
actually
used to be
surprised you're
downtown
awake right
participating
now.
in the crown contest? And these people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana then?
Heard what?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim. Don't
Barely.
tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening, but so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone?
It's forbidden.
What business could
Why
you
would he
possibly
know?
have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home.
How was your day
let
today?
alone the Forbidden
Slept
Zone.
in and
Very well. It looks like we'll
hung
have to find
out.
a way
Didn't
there
have to do any
ourselves.
manual labor.
Have you seen Faria yet?
No.
I just got here, yo. Why are you
I see.
asking this?
Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back?
Oh, I
The amount will
imagine.
result in pain for you both.
So nice to sleep in
I've no doubt
sometimes.
of that.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand.
I have problems
Just don't
sleeping
fail
in
to
now.
warn you.
I can't do it as much as I used to.
Okay, Doe?
Like, I used to be able to sleep in till like noon. Just can't do it anymore. Sucks.
So
Like,
who's
sleeping
Faria?
in for me is like an hour later.
If what Avakir said is true, it would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up here in their own world.
Yeah,
Despite the
exactly.
fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
I've been waking up at
We
the
need
same
more
time for
information.
too long now.
Let's talk to the citizens, see what we can find out.
While we're at it, we can ask them about the Red Woman.
Like, even today,
And
we
don't forget
changed our
about finding the way
clocks
to the Forbidden
backwards
Zone either.
last night.
Let's leave the talking to Shion.
or rather, it was
We can't
yesterday.
have a bunch of Danins poking their noses around.
So we
Good
like
idea.
got an
I
hour
think that's for the
extra,
best.
and I still woke up this morning at
Being
an
alone
hour
with Lenegis has
before
its advantages.
the real time, because that's when I would have
We'll
woke
leave it to
up
you two.
had the time not changed. I was like,
We should
shit.
probably keep our heads down.
What if people freak out?
I shall explain it away by saying I'm leading you.
What are we, dogs?
Yeah, I would have. I was pissed. I ended up going to work an hour early. I was like, fuck it.
What could be so important? It's worth destroying people's livelihoods and homes in the process. It's just unbelievable. Uprooting an entire city as if it were mere building blocks. Someone's got an awful lot of questions to answer.
From how it looks, they must be siphoning off astral energy from Dana, and then sending it to Rena.
But why do all this? What for? Surely they can't be using all that energy for the crown contest.
Whatever their purpose, disrupting their siphoning process alone won't be sufficient. Not while we still don't know what their endgame is.
He's right. We need to
Bought
stop this
a
from
new
happening
caliper.
ever again.
Nice.
This forbidden zone might be where we find some answers, right?
For
So what are we
the
waiting for? Let's get
old
moving.
car.
You heard him. We don't have time to stop and chat. Let's move.
Or the new one. Nice. Well, you went from like having no car to having a car pretty quick. That's pretty boss.
So, I've been wondering, do you think when Lenegis was built, it was even made with people living here in mind?
What do you mean?
Well, none of this happened by coincidence, right? They must have designed it to transform like this. But then, if they knew people were going to live here, you'd think they would have taken that into consideration, to avoid all this chaos.
Ordinarily, yes. You'd think so. Trust me, as far as we were concerned, Lenegis was our home, nothing more. No one
Had to
knew
go
about
at him.
all this. It makes you
Why is
wonder
that?
whether the city was just built on as an afterthought. But if so, to what exactly?
Sorry, that probably sounded weird, huh?
Not at all. Sometimes it takes an outsider's eye to help you notice what you've been missing all along. This place is a mystery, that's for sure. Something tells me we'll find answers where we're going, though.
Yeah, you're right, Shion. I'm sure we will.
Finding cars that have problems. That's his specialty. Wait, let's get a... Where the heck are we? Let's get our bearings here. Need some sort of map. I have a hard time if I don't have a map to go off of. You like having problems?
Oh, dear me. What an unspeakable mess this has all become. Just look at the state of our city. Even the Zeugles have stopped heeding our commands. Whatever did we do
Zeugles
to
in
deserve
here?
this?
You really
Of
have no
course.
clue what might have caused this?
Would that I have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree. His Highness must have deemed it unnecessary for us to know. We have no choice but to grin and bear it.
Oh, he's gonna do it for you? Shit,
But
that's a
do
cool
my
brother.
eyes deceive me? Could I really be standing in the presence of his lordship, Dohalim of the House Ilkaris? I believed he was on Dana.
Your eyes do not deceive you. It is I, one and the same. I have returned to fulfill a special duty. The details
Yeah,
of
that should
which
be
I
an
cannot
easy-
divulge.
As your
Easy
lordship
fix.
wishes. First Lenegis
If not a
mutates
pain,
beyond
though.
recognition. Now this unexpected visit. The Sovereign's plans are inscrutable indeed. The Ilkaris house has produced a great many lords over the centuries. I shall be praying for your victory in the latest crown contest.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
Sovereign knows best. His will works in mysterious way. They got like nice little heads-up displays like in the town. If we all had, we were all that lucky. The heck is that guy doing down there? He's spraying water out of his hands. Waterbender. Did you ever watch that movie Airbender? Wasn't very good. Just reminded me of it though. No, it's called Airbender. Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. It was the last Airbender. All my years, never seen such potent healing arts. Thank you so much for taking the time to help an old woman like me. Oh, we get a recipe.
Everything will be okay now.
I know the basics of healing.
Yeah, I don't even remember much about it, to be honest.
Your lordship. Oh, what a great honor it is to finally
It was
meet you.
fantasy, so I had to watch it.
I descended to Dana during the last.
Oh, I didn't even realize there was a cartoon. Well, I did realize there was a cartoon.
Failed to clinch the title. I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that description?
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she
Yeah, I
was
do remember
outside
hearing of it. I almost said I didn't, but I do remember.
What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like that hanging around the
That's an
Lord
old-ass movie, too.
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise. Why do you want to find her anyway?
It's none of your business.
Never mind. Forget I asked. Sorry to take up your
Buddy.
time.
Wonder if they'll put the current crown contest on hold. No, they won't. The Zugol suddenly stopped listening to our commands. As soon as we turned our backs, they bolted for the horizon. Nothing like this has ever happened before. We have to put the crown contest on hold. We can't carry it on while things are like this.
Is everything okay? You look a little lost.
Oh,
Looks
yes.
all messed up.
I can't seem to find my way home, is
I'm
all.
confused.
I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route.
I was hoping to head this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh?
I suppose the Sovereign knows best. I daren't stay here too long, though. A lower caste can only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have to go that way after all.
You mean you know another way round?
Lord Dohalim Ilkaris! But how? Last I heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
But of course. Please forgive me.
Please forgive me,
There's
my
a wall that
lord.
sprung up ahead of here, with what looks to be
I
an
will
entrance.
grovel in front of
I
you.
thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters, but I've no way of knowing for sure.
It's worth investigating, at least. I shall go and assess the situation. In the meantime, wait for me here. If it looks safe, I'll come and let you know.
You'd really do that for me? A lord troubling himself for someone of my lowly status?
You're
Our
so
lot in life
low.
is of low
I'll not
consequence.
trouble myself with you.
Both Renan, first and foremost.
Oh, why yes, my lord. Thank you.
I will be right
Well,
back.
we've canvassed the city.
I will wait for this
What
cutscene.
do you think?
No one has the faintest idea what
Yeah.
happened to the city after
Out of
all.
my way, peasant!
They haven't heard the news about the crown contest either.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here. Has it always been like that?
Not to this extent, which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth, that Lenegis is under some kind of control.
Given everything
So
that
they
happened
aren't
to
at
their
fault.
city, the people here seem weirdly okay with it all.
Yeah, that one guy even said his Zoogle would stop listening to him. If that's true, these people are in big trouble.
Everything that happens here is attributed to the Sovereign's will. It's the way people have been conditioned. Their belief runs deep. Nothing
Alright,
happens
man.
devoid of
Have a good
reason.
sleep.
To them, it's all part of the Sovereign's grand plan.
Good luck on the car
Sovereign's plan.
situation.
There is one thing I'm still
And
not
we'll
sure
catch you
about.
later.
Just who is this person ruling over Lenegis?
The Sovereign, of course. He rules from Rena while presiding over both Rena and Lenegis.
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his
Peace.
dirty work? Isn't Rena at least the same size as Dana? That's a pretty big dominion for one person to rule over. I would have thought ruling Lenegis alone would be difficult enough.
And the points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is. Shion, have you ever been... No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. In which case, I would imagine that... But no, surely not. Can it really be that no citizen of Lenegis has ever been there?
Hold up, what are you getting at, Dohalim?
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual Renan homeworld itself.
What?
No one but the Sovereign, that is.
But what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth, surely.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lenegis single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the case, can he really rule directly over Lenegis from so far away? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm beginning to wonder what the nature of this Sovereign even is. Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But Sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renan ruler. So which one is it?
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne from his or her predecessor, before becoming ruler over all of Rena and Lenegis. Thereafter, that individual is known as the Sovereign. Though, it would appear that the current ruler has gone silent. As
Yeah,
for
what's
how
up with that?
Volron factors into all this, at this point, I no longer know what to believe.
3 centuries ago, I became the Sovereign here on Lenegis. No, not just became, I was forced to. Me, a Danon. 300 years later, we cross paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest. That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became Sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly
Maybe.
sounds like it.
But that would mean that 2 sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule, and the other for ceremonial purposes. We never did see Volron's body back in
Puppet
Danateros.
Sovereign.
Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that
Lord,
be
this
what's causing
cutscene
all
is
this
so
strange
large.
activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you? The ceremony can't go forward without the Renis Alma.
I will be right back. Alright.
The same one that the Red Woman
Couldn't even get
stole.
through that whole
There's
cutscene.
something else the ceremony needs. A maiden. And unless there's another one out there aside from me.
Questions, questions, and yet more questions. Ones that it seems will remain unanswered until we can establish the Sovereign's identity.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake of liberating Dana, too.
Then it's decided. That's where we need to go.
One of the citizens mentioned a passage that she thought might lead to another section of the city. It could point us in the right direction. Let's go find it.
Let's go. I feel truly blessed to have a lord who shows such care and concern for his people. More cutscenes?
With nobody left to run the show, I wonder what the people here are supposed to do. I mean, their sovereigns up on the Renin homeworld, and all their lords were sent to Dana.
But Dohalim was a lord, right?
Only current acting lords have power. Renin society is quite strict about such matters.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to do much about the situation.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now. Balsif, Ganabelt, Almadria, and Volron. Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other lords.
Well, yeah, why would we? To us Danans, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow. Nothing more.
I know. But seeing Renins in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives, it gets you thinking.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious about them, why not try inquiring with some of the locals? Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegis. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana, which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
Start quest. Okay. Sure. We want to display priority.
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed. The effects of Lenegis' transformation appear to be less pronounced here.
Lenegis is
Or,
super
viewed another
cool
way,
looking.
This area was simply luckier.
Hey, Anubis waits. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. How you doing today?
Pardon me.
Anubis awaits. This area falls under the sole jurisdiction of House Caenaris. I must ask you to depart at once. Surely you don't claim to be ignorant of our famed house, ruled over by the esteemed Lord Almadria? So I urge you to listen well. In fact, I bid you listen carefully regardless. Have you ever noticed how in the history of Lenegis, only a few women lords have emerged to complete in the crown contest? Many have theories as to why this might be, but Lord Almadria quashed the doubts of any naysayers through sheer might. In fact, not only did she usurp her father and previous family master, she also removed her older brother to claim the seat for herself. She is a woman who stops at nothing to get what she wants, who gives her enemies nary the slightest opening to strike. Truly, Lord Almadria is a woman of talent. No one in all Reina better exemplifies the virtues of our nation's meritocracy. Soon the age of a glorious woman sovereign reigning over Lenegis shall be upon us at last. She doesn't know she's dead. I'm doing pretty good for a Monday.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but
Wait. Oh no. Oh, we already listened to this.
it as morally right too.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad.
Hanging out with some tales
Yeah.
of Arise on a Monday. Are you playing the game as well, or are you just checking it out? It's pretty good. It depends on if you like JRPGs. I'm pretty far along in it. I do have some gripes with it. Basically, kind of the gearing up. Not necessarily gear, but like your skills. That's really the only gripe I have, though. You've been interested since its release? Yeah, I forget where I found it. I think I saw it on a stream one day. I was like, oh, this looks interesting. And I didn't even realize that there had been like 5 prequels to this. So the skills... Okay, so sorry, the skill tree, I guess. Here, let me find it here. Skill panel. So when you're picking, this is your basically your skill panel where you level up your skills and pick new skills. And the problem I have with it is that this is a skill right here, like an attack skill. It doesn't give you the information you need to tell me, oh, is this a better skill than this one over here? Right? How much damage does it do? That's really my only gripe with it. I kind of go off of, hey, this skill costs 400 SP. This skill costs 720 SP. the 720 SP is probably going to hit for more damage, right? So that's really the only gripe I have with the skill leveling up. But the combat's pretty fluid. The other gripe I had early game was that everything's so expensive early game. Like, I'm just getting into kind of end game now, and I can finally afford items. Like, items were crazy expensive. So those are the kind of like the two cons for me. But, I mean, if you're interested in playing the game, I wouldn't let that stop you. They're kind of minor things, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, as long as you can Google builds and stuff, you're good. I mean, I'm more of the type that just kind of figure it out, right? Unless I get stuck somewhere. But it's pretty fun. And like any JRPG, it has a long drawn out story, which can be really good at parts. And the characters are all very well done as well. They all have their distinct personalities. You played the demo? Yeah. And you can play any of the characters too. So you can play all 6 of them. I've only really played like I'm maining Alphen, who's kind of like the main character, and then I play Rinwell sometimes, who's like the mage, and then she owns my healer, and then Kasara's kind of like the tank class, shield wielder, heavy armor. So I mean, you can really, and each character has, you know, a ton of skills and stuff that you can use to build. Their gearing is a little bit lacking. It's kind of simplistic, but I actually kind of like the simplistic nature of it. You only get the weapon, the armor, and then an accessory. But when you're gearing 6 people, it can get hectic in, like, if you have more slots to fill in large RPGs. So I actually don't mind this at all. In fact, just you know, building 6 people, upgrading 6 people is enough. So no, you can play them all, which is great. Yeah. Especially if there's like 10 slots for gearing, it's like, oh my gosh. And then you have 10 characters. So you really gotta pick and choose at that point.
Okay.
Blada Blada. He likes Volcron. Never heard of Ixari House. Ignoble Lineage.
It seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about.
Yeah, it's been out. The game's been out for like a year now, huh? I've been playing it a little bit at a time. It is a long game, which is a good thing in my opinion.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Gannett
I think I'm like 54 hours in.
That something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary, remember, we Renans are raised to accept
And I mean,
everything at face value.
you can play it like any JRPG, really. You can play it long after you beat the game too. You can level up to 99, you know. I'm scared. Father and child are scared. That shit's on fire, you know.
There's something
Popped
I
up
just
on
don't
sale.
get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current
Did you
sovereign
play
of
the
Lenegis would be
all the
whoever
other
it
ones?
was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfried Milgras, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfried whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of
Whatchamacallem.
Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I
I had never played the previous ones,
previous
but
contest.
I heard they were
You're
good
saying
as
that
well.
ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegis?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these.
Oh,
strange
really?
quirks
The
and
combat
discrepancies.
was... What didn't you
Question
like
is
about the
then,
combat?
by whom? And to what end?
I
mean, if you don't like the combat of a game,
created to
probably not for you, right?
Contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some
Yeah,
grand
it isn't
deception,
a
then
decent
where are
story.
they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renin by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a dark matter.
Yeah, if you're not feeling the
existed.
combat,
With any luck,
it's probably not worth
Forbidden
picking
Zone might
up.
give us some answers.
No use standing
But you
around
said you
chit
played the
chatting
demo
about
of
it.
this one, so
Let's
I
get a
think
move
you're
on.
good. Unfortunately, I'm in a cutscene heavy area right now. I think I'm almost out of it, actually.
I didn't realize Renins oppressed their own kind, too.
And yet, weirdly, none of them seem to mind. Am I the only one who finds that strange?
I don't want to just
It is
smash
the way things have
buttons.
always been, so no one thinks to
They have
question it.
a good feeling
You have
combos in
experience
this,
that regard
and then you
yourself,
can
do you not?
launch yourself in the air and launch enemies into the air and do airstrikes and stuff.
Even so, the quality of life here seems much higher than any Danon city we visited.
And I like playing the main character Alphen because he has the on top of the skills he has the second sword, which gives him more
Not a single citizen seems to have
attacks
even
and
heard of the Red
stuff.
Woman.
What if she's not here? What if it turns out we're looking in the wrong
He's
place
pretty fun to
entirely?
play.
It's still too early to say anything for sure.
For all
Although
we
he's
know,
purely
might be able to
melee,
blend in,
so
move around unnoticed.
if you're not
I
into
say
the
we hold our
melee
judgment until we've
characters, I would
exhausted
suggest
every
playing
avenue.
Rinwell. She's pretty fun too. More cutscenes.
Faria.
Varia? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here?
He's running into everyone he
Don't
knows
tell me
today.
you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already.
Yes.
Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord.
Oh shit, he
Still-
killed somebody?
Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you,
Oh damn,
I
there's a
haven't
story
changed
here that
either.
we don't know.
not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
Oh damn.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Tell us how you really
what the hell
feel.
are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My
I will let
sins
you
are
strike
legion.
me down.
Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You
We
don't
kind
even
of
have
stand
the
out
courage to die.
like a party
No
of
wonder
like
you leave it to someone
armed
else.
plate wearers.
You're just a coward.
Everyone's wearing like nice fancy dresses. Whoa. That's not creepy.
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
The ring, yeah.
Is it true?
Is that the one that crawls out of like the
Said about
well?
you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Whenever their eyes are all black, that's a dead giveaway.
You mentioned having taken a
Oh,
friend's life
you're
over
right.
the
That's the
phone.
TV one.
Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Which one is the well one?
About letting her
Oh, I
take your life
forget.
if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the
No,
crown
I
contest.
forget which one it
To
was.
ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
Oh, it is the ring. Oh, it's a well. It's the well on TV. Yeah. Wait, we got another. Oh my gosh, so many
Tell me,
cutscenes.
Dohalim, has that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill would this be, pray tell?
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they suddenly become putty in your hands.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
It's called charm.
It's called friendly intimidation. Look
Friendly
imposing and speak in a
intimidation.
deep, booming voice, and presto, you'll have people wrapped around your finger in no time.
I would never stoop to such scandalous tricks. Any feelings of intimidation are solely in the eye of the beholder.
So creepy.
So there is a knack to it. How do you learn it? Can anyone do it?
I'm not a huge
Now you
horror
got me
fan,
curious.
but
Is there special training to master?
Let's see. An obsession with being elegant is a must. Oh, and it helps to be old-fashioned, too. Bonus points if you speak in a way no one can understand.
If you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be
I did
quicker to
watch
just come out and
Cabin
say
in the
it.
Woods recently,
What? They look up to you, that's all.
just
You're
because it was the
helping them
Joss
along.
Whedon, and it was like kind of
What's got into
sci-fi-ish. I think that was the
Barely
last
understand
horror
a
I
word they're
watched.
saying. And what's with the weird poses? Was it something they ate?
You were for oh, she was
I hope
well.
you're willing to take the blame for this one.
I wasn't
Amazingly,
expecting them to take me so
a lot of
seriously.
women are more
I'll go
into
and have a
horror
word
than
with
guys
you.
are. You had to put up with it, huh? Happy wife, happy life. Yeah, it doesn't do. Yeah, me either. Well, and a lot of the times it's just so campy that it's like you end up laughing. It's so bad that you like laugh. It's like, okay, whatever. I do remember Children of the Corn scared the crap out of me as a kid. For some reason, but you watch it now and it's like, it's laughable almost. A horror game, Fatal Frame? And she didn't even play it with you? What the heck? That's messed up, yo. Well, was it like a board game or something? Oh, it was a video game.
This might go well in that new recipe.
Can't wait to see what you make.
I was like,
You're the one
board
who-
game. How is that horror? Okay, it's got to be a video game. I haven't really played any horror video games either. Does Resident Evil, I guess, counts as a horror. I have watched some horror streams recently. Kind of funny. Where are we going here? Get our map up. We get all the treasures. Yeah, we got them all. Yeah, I'm not too much of a fan either. I don't think I've ever bought a horror video game.
Wow.
I've played them like randomly, but
Yeah.
I've never said like, oh, I'm gonna go buy this.
You think? Man, these Renin sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
I like kind of like
Before I went down to Dana,
the comedy horrors.
we used to gather at this very spot and play music together.
There's been a couple good
Akir,
ones
Faria, and
recently.
Tarnigan. That was
Like
a
Happy
lifetime
Death
ago.
Day, that's a fun one.
Tarnigan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest
Movies and
friend,
games.
as well as Faria's betrothed. Despite Faria's lower class,
It's got to have something
she
unique
possesses a tremendous talent for music.
to it.
Entranced by her
If it's a
playing,
horror, to get me
I helped her
intrigued about
overcome
it.
Her sense of inferiority, and introduced
That goes
her
for
to
games
Tarnigan
and movies.
And Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music.
Evil Dead
with no
movies. I
care
don't know if
for
I've ever
social
seen
standing.
those.
Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect.
Oh wait, those are the
Society
Bruce
where
Campbell
everyone is a
ones.
prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you.
I
would
remember
say.
Army of Darkness. That was the Bruce
would have.
Campbell
Once.
weird one.
Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Yeah, Bruce is amazing.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart.
I might have to check
Even
those
then,
out.
It only lasted until the crown contest
I
began.
don't think I've ever seen them.
After that, Tarnigan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnigan had fallen for Faria.
Oh, it
Becoming Lord, he aimed
was.
to wrest
Okay.
her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnigan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he
Oh,
was
this is the
desperate,
story of how he
low on options, and he couldn't
cut
stand
down
the
his
thought of
friend or
defeat.
something.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait. Don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less, she would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
Such a gentleman, Dohalim.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty, instead I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord,
yeah, and all the characters have decent backstories too.
Suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim.
I think we're almost at the dungeon here.
It's thanks to you that I'm here today.
Oh, really?
Try not to blame yourself. The burden
I
you place
try.
on your own shoulders is too much for
I try
anyone
to
bear.
read reviews and watch gameplay as much as I can before I pull the trigger on any game.
I shall do my best to heed your advice.
So I feel like I weed out a lot of the bad ones. But I probably weed out good ones too, so. But you can't play everything, right?
All right.
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on
What
your
games
side
are you
is
excited for
And he knows, Shion.
that are coming out?
I promise he does.
Yeah, prioritize exactly.
I hope you're right.
Guy's spying on us. What the heck?
Alphen.
What's that about?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Some sort of uprising they're talking about?
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
They want to board a. They want to leave on a starship. Looking forward to Hogwarts Legacy. I haven't heard about that one. I'll have to look at that too. Probably won't be able to fit it in though. I'm looking forward to God of War, which comes out in 2 days. God of War Ragnarok.
If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their
I love the last one, and it would have been the first one I had played.
Check back in on the ranch.
And it's got if you ever watch Stargate, it's got Tilk as the voice of the main dude. Man, he'll manage our ranch. Yeah, I was trying to buy a like a collector's edition. I'm super into steelbooks, as you can see from behind me here. So I was trying to get a steelbook and like a collector's edition for God of War. And of course, like the collector's edition is like $250. No way. It has like a cool hammer, but it doesn't even come with the game. It doesn't come with the freaking game. It's like, so I have to buy a collector's edition for $250 and then buy the game for like $60? No way. Horizon, I don't know. I bought for Horizon, I did like the mid-tier one, which was like $80. So it got me the Steelbook, which is all I'm really interested in the collector's editions usually. So for $80 I got everything. So I don't know about the higher tier one. But yeah, a lot of them have been doing that. And it's lame. It's like, how hard is it to put a disc in there? It's not like it's costing them anything. They want us to spend more money, I guess. They lost me as a customer for that collector's edition. Alright, what are we gonna eat here? So I'll probably end up... I got a guy in like Spain that does like custom ones for pretty cheap, so I might do that instead. Okay, should we do an attack? Let's do an attack up. Oh, this only lasts 3 minutes. What the heck? Tiers, yeah. You mean for the collector's edition? Or like the game in general? Oh yeah, yeah, for the collector's edition. I usually go with like the deluxe or this yeah, it's usually like the deluxe. Deluxe or gold, like the in-between ones where I can get my steel books. I just want it to look good on a shelf, man. That's all I care about. Alright, I think this is the dungeon part of it. Give me a second, I will be right back before we get into that. Alright, let's fight some monsters. Ooh. Not monsters, they're regular dudes.
Lenegis soldiers. Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much
Level
for
44.
now. Fight hope.
I am Lord Dohalim of Elden Menancia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got one. This armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest.
I've always hated these armored guys. And then you can do your specials, and the bar means that it doesn't cost any battle points to do.
Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade. Dragon Swarm.
Oh shit, I didn't kill that guy? There's also animation lock if you're in a combo and the enemy starts an attack,
Those soldiers seem different
can't get
from the
out of it,
citizens we've
can't
come across
dodge.
So far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for
So you
sure.
gotta be
They just
careful
attacked without
not to
warning.
go in a big
They
combo.
weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman,
Thanks,
the
Captain
Song,
Obvious.
and Volron, we're starting to develop
I
quite
think we
the
picked
list
that
of
up all
lovers.
by ourselves.
At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Alright, which ways are we gonna go? Oh, we're gonna go the dead end first, because it's probably a treasure chest. Yep. Green Zeugles.
I won't forgive you!
These ones can run rings around us. Hit! Here's another one. Annihilation!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the pummeling to me.
Pummel away, buddy. Stop running away from my attack.
I feel sprightlier than before.
That's a big Zoogle. Big Zoogle. Let's kill it.
Little help!
Ready and raring.
As if the normal
Charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind it.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Dragon Swarm! Ignite!
We'll use all our specials.
Where are you going? This one's mine.
Dragon Swarm!
Dance in the wind.
No further!
In here! Here's a healing arm!
Let me see what I can do!
This one's mine.
I'm not done!
Laser spear. This one's mine.
Don't even try me! Yours to be let free! Dragon Swarm! You picked the wrong fight! Dragon Swarm! Raining Flash!
I'll take you all on.
I'll take you out on.
Flare the Malata.
Dragon Swarm! Dragon Swarm!
Ah. Darn charge. Oh, I should have checked and see if that guy was selling any items. Like armor and stuff.
From here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar!
Dragon Swarm!
Lightning condensed! I never fit!
You'll be let free! Not today!
Hurricane Swarm. This one's mine. Damn it. Ready to go.
Can't get out of this!
Magic is in!
Dragon
Sleep
Swarm!
well. Let me help. I'll be safe.
You made me angry. That was a bad idea. Far up.
Lightning! Dance in the wind! In here! Let me help.
Dragon Swarm!
Oh shit. Almost one-shot me.
Flare the Malata.
Hear me! Flame of fury!
I won't save you.
Dragon Swarm!
Feel! I'll heal you all!
Dragon Swarm!
Healing! Everyone still doing all right?
Never mind us. You worry about you, Ringwell.
Right! I still not fighting me yet! Now for the Sleep now!
Dragon Swarm! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Didn't have to use a life potion on Shion. That was good timing.
Sion, you okay?
It's nothing. Don't be so dramatic.
Yeah. I just died. Don't be just so dramatic.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
I can't let the hatred consume me! I'll be saving this one!
Dude, no.
I'll trip it up.
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the
No, I got, well, Shion died. But I didn't have to use a potion on her. I got lucky. I got lucky. Stuck in the void. I think I just have it on standard, normal. The NPCs can get in trouble a lot. Especially on a bot that has a lot of mechanics. They like standard mechanics is like, oh my gosh, just dodge. It just makes the boss fights that much more interesting, I guess.
With this, I can become even stronger.
Since you don't really control your heals, other than throwing items. But like I said, you don't really use many items because they're so expensive.
Out of my way! You've got fury! Damn it! This one's mine!
How long are we gonna keep this up for? Astral energy!
Say no more!
Here, let me help. Now you've gone and ticked me off.
Flew away!
Light and lightning!
This one's mine. I'll take you all on. Ha!
She loves to throw her shield around.
Will this help?
Dragon swarm!
Crescent move!
Lightning!
Searing
Field!
Dragon swarm!
Flare tornado!
Dazzle! Rising phoenix!
Supernova!
Dragon swarm!
Reload!
Oh,
Dragon swarm!
almost got me.
Raining slash!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Chest.
Those soldiers don't seem to have any.
Oh geez, do we want to kill the... We're running out of CP
Attacking on
to
sight.
deal with this guy.
Is someone making them stand guard over the Forbidden Zone?
Oh, we have to kill this guy. We should have skipped the other one.
That's far enough.
We use all our skills, specials.
Time to cross-blade!
Where are you going?
Try harder! Dragon swarm! Try harder! Dragon swarm! Raining slash!
Flaming meteor!
Dragon swarm! Raven side is here to be let free! Raining slash! Dragon swarm! Here I come!
This one's
Blew
mine.
away! Lunar Bongo!
Pierce evil.
Dragon swarm!
Take this. All right. Let me out.
Dragon swarm!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa. Here, let me help.
Dragon swarm! Dragon swarm! Hold nothing back! Dragon swarm! Dragon swarm! Blew away! Dragon swarm!
And this guy's got so much HP. Oh, I didn't do a KD on him.
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Oh, Rinwell's done. Done, son.
No further. Going in. Plenty left. Far enough.
Yeah. Got so much freaking HP. I used all my specials in the beginning. She's done that like 5 times this fight. You can also get skills that if you perfect dodge, it regens some of your points, your attack points. Yeah, they have some really cool visuals. The fights do look pretty. Alright, we want to go the other way. Because there's a dead end here. What do you want to bet that there's a nice treasure chest? Ooh, we get some crystals. Well, that's quite a fight though, too. It's like 5 dudes. Shoot. Do it. Oh, snap. And I don't have enough CP to res. Oh, I'm alive. I'm alive! She healed me. Okay. These guys move around too much. Stop so I can hit you. Good lord. No health. I'm at like 1 life. There it is. Finally I get a heal.
I've used a bit too much healing.
Can never be a bit too much healing. Yeah, that was a closer one than I was hoping for. We may need to go back before we press on. So I want to see if these guys have upgrades anyway, so let's do this. Forgot to see if they had any new gear.
We've reached our destination.
This guy. Oh my gosh. Of course, they have all new stuff. That's quite an upgrade too. A diamond one piece. Girl's best friend. Actually, she had the best upgrade. These ones aren't as good. They're 9,000. How much can we sell? 8,500. You see what I mean? Like, gold is actually hard to come by. I've been streaming this on weekdays. I usually stream Monday, Thursdays. I've been streaming this on the weekdays, and then I've been streaming Saints Row on the weekends. Yeah, you kind of got to be picky, so... And these guys, this guy I don't use much, so it's only for his special. That's a good upgrade right there. But because I don't use him, I use her, but it's not much of an upgrade. So I guess I'll just do the... I mean, I could spend another... Ah, fuck it, I'll just do it. I'll do it. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to purchase anything again, anyway.
You can never be too prepared, but did we have to spend...
Saints Row? It's good. I'm enjoying it. I needed something a little more lighthearted after Elden Ring. I was like, it's the first Saints Row I've played too. And it fills the void of GTA as well. And it doesn't, I like that it doesn't take itself too seriously, you know? Okay, we're gonna go with the elemental defense up. No. We're gonna go with the defense up, I think. The curry, of course.
Hell yeah! There's no...
Hell yeah! Got sick of GTA after 4? Oh, I love GTA. But I always play it like when it comes out. And then put it down. So like these people who play it non-stop, I don't understand that really. It's not for me. Oh, you didn't finish 4? Why is that? Oh, I didn't want to fight these guys. Oh well. Really don't like these guys. Stop moving! Stay still so I can kill you. Oh no. I didn't mean to use my special there.
Say no more.
Now it's not going to be up for the big guy.
I'll do everything I can with this power.
Make us proud, Alphen.
Yeah, we're counting on you.
I guess I am too. A little.
Yeah, I've played every GTA after... I never played 3. But I played all of them after that and their spin-offs. You got tired of how serious they are? Yeah, I did like Vice City. I love the LA one too, since that's where I'm from. Almost got past him. So close. Oh, it knocked on my ass. I don't even know why I'm killing this guy first. I should be going after one of the other guys.
Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone. Dance in the wind. In here. More than the stockpile. Here goes.
Here goes.
Do it.
Commander of Heaven. Phoenix Cyclone.
Yeah, I do like that Saints Row. I heard Saints Row like 3 was really good because it had like alien invasion or something, which seemed really cool to me. Oh, and we just got 21,000 gold. That's nice. Should we kill these guys? Let's just kill them. Let's do it.
Out of our way.
Oh no!
So much for talking it out. The flame inside me yearns to be let free. Burn in hell. Dragon Form.
Oh, I just got wrecked.
Dragon Form. It's almost too strong. Split it open. Be my guest. Now you see what I can do. Dragon Form.
This is eating up way too much CP. This was a mistake.
You picked the wrong fight. Ready and ready. Going in. Blew away. I can carve through
There it is, finally. Finally. Did they make a remake of 3 recently? Like a remaster? Because that's what I keep hearing, is that 3 is the best. Alright, man. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I'll have to check out the remastered. You as well. Have a good one. Alright, this is the big boss, I guess. Should we do it? Let's do it. Big boss, man.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Secret
Whoa,
passageway.
Lee. I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Alphen's up. Show us the way.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting.
That's cool looking.
If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that?
More day.
Not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds.
But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Looks a lot different, and he also
Maybe
looks the
they're
same.
not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone
They
else
all
see
saw it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either.
It didn't feel
It
it?
was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay
Bust
sharp.
it open.
After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Alright, I think that's actually going to be it for me tonight. We will do this boss on Thursday. It's a good stopping point right before him. But thanks guys for hanging out, and we'll check you all on Thursday with some more Tales of Arise. Take care.